You've spent your life trying to keep everything together. Your plans. Your image. Your future. You make lists, strategies, safety nets. You prepare for every possibility. Not because you love control, but because you fear chaos. Control feels safe. It gives you an illusion that if you hold tight enough, you can protect yourself from uncertainty. But here's the truth. Control doesn't protect you. It drains you. The tighter you hold, the less life can breathe. And the more you try to manage every detail, the further peace slips away. Because life was never meant to be mastered. It was meant to be lived. Control often hides behind good intentions. You call it structure. You call it ambition. You call it doing what must be done. But sometimes, discipline becomes disguise. A way to avoid the discomfort of not knowing. You convince yourself that you're being productive. But deep down, you're just trying to outrun fear. Fear of failing. Fear of being judged. Fear of what might happen if you stop managing every outcome. But the truth is, control and chaos aren't opposites. They're partners. One gives birth to the other. When you try to dominate life, life pushes back. When you try to plan every second, the universe reminds you, you were never in charge to begin with. Every attempt to control something outside yourself comes with a price. You lose your peace. You lose your spontaneity. You lose your ability to flow. You start mistaking tension for effort. You confuse anxiety for awareness. You trade serenity for certainty. And end up with neither. Because the truth is, you can control actions, but never outcomes. You can shape your intentions, but not people's reactions. The more you try to control what isn't yours, the more powerless you become. And that's the great paradox. Control promises strength, but delivers exhaustion. There comes a moment, a breaking point, when you realize control isn't working anymore. No matter how hard you push, things fall apart anyway. Plans crumble. People change. Timing shifts. And in that quiet space of defeat, something unexpected appears. Freedom. Because letting go isn't losing power. It's regaining perspective. You start to see that life didn't need your grip. It needed your trust. Peace begins the moment you stop fighting reality and start flowing with it. Surrender isn't giving up. It's showing up differently. It's doing your best, then releasing your attachment to the result. It's saying, I've done what I can, now I let it unfold. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Because surrender isn't passive. It's participation without possession. It's movement without desperation. It's power without control. It's standing in the middle of the storm and realizing you can't stop the rain, but you can learn how to dance in it. Trust is the antidote to control. It's what happens when you realize you don't need to force outcomes for things to turn out right. You begin to notice that life has its own intelligence, a timing beyond logic, a rhythm beyond reason. The more you trust it, the lighter you become. You stop trying to manipulate. You stop trying to predict. You start to flow. And in that flow, you rediscover yourself. Because peace doesn't come from holding. It comes from harmony. The goal was never to control life. It was to live it. Fully, honestly, without fear. So do the work. Plan your days. Set your goals. But don't let your desire for control become your cage. You are allowed to breathe. To trust. To move with life, not against it. Because peace doesn't come from predicting the future. It comes from participating in the present. You can walk through uncertainty without losing yourself. You can do your best and still let go. That's not surrender. That's mastery. That's how you move without losing yourself.